At the Xbox Game Showcase, they showed off Persona 4 Revival and even teased Persona 6. The future of Persona is looking very bright. But what about the new VO for Persona 4? What about the art style? And what the heck's going on with Persona 6? In today's video, we're going to cover my reactions to both of these trailers, and then we're gonna dive into those questions. Hello, everybody. It's your boy Jmulls, and up first, let's react.
You ever heard?
Persona lock-in P4. Oh, Yu Narukami's looking good.
Domino might have been on that midnight channel before she died too.
The Yosuke voice?
Now where are we?
Whoa.
Feels like we're someplace totally different. Watch out!
I don't hate the VO.
Whatever's going on here, we're getting to the bottom of it.
Yu Narukami talks?
Is to wield
Oh, dude, the Pitmobile looks good.
And the heart is strengthened through bonds.
Oh, Izanagi.
Doesn't it sound
Oh, I like the UI.
Someone had to see that. I'm glad it was you.
Was that supposed to be him?
Good times never seem to last long, do they?
Fishing, let's go.
Sneaky, stupid bully jerk! I can't wait.
So, shall we?
Really? So neat!
Come on, don't call me that.
All shadows.
I need to hear more kanji. I don't mind the V. I don't mind the VO.
I got killed by her other self.
No! Get out of here! Don't look at me!
Does that mean you're just gonna stuff me back in your head and pretend I'm not Rhea?
I can't.
So many thumbnails from that screenshot, I guarantee you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the VAs are like totally different, but they sound very similar. Obviously not one for one, but...
I think I'd like to
Oh,
help
dude,
too.
the dungeon looks
I'm
kind of
not
cool
running away from
visually.
this. Well, but
Dude,
I have no
Hogan.
problem taking down shadows. It's over.
So yeah, I'll be counting on you, partner. Then let's team up and catch this jerk.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I like that animation. Show me fog. Right? February 18th, 2027. Yeah, looks infinitely better than the first trailer they showed. Not even close. That looked good. That looked really good. I don't hate the VO. World premiere. Lock in. Hello, is this Persona 6 or SMT? I'm gonna assume Persona 6. Ooh, I like the vibe. Ooh, I like the vibe so far, though. Ooh, we're dark, we're macabre. I like this. Those headstones? I'm gonna hold your balls through this, okay? What is this? I'm intrigued. I'm curious. What in the... What am I looking at? That's the tone for Persona 6. I'm on board. I'm on board. I'm in the door. I'm in there and I'm tap dancing. I'm in there. Coming out on like everything but Switch 2. Damn. That's crazy. I need to see more than just that. You can't just like dick tease me like that a little bit. The tone of the game may be green, but my balls are blue. Overall, I am a big fan of almost everything we saw from the Persona 4 Revival trailer. I love how the character models look. I love the little PNGs we have here. The UI looks clean. It does look like an iteration of Persona 3 Reload in a lot of ways, and I think that's probably the right call. And my God, some of the visuals they showed off. I love just how dense the fog looks in this scene in particular here. And I love how detailed some of these images are and just how bright and colorful the game can be. It's Persona 4. A lot of these scenes should be very bright and colorful, and I feel like they nailed it in a lot of ways. Also, having the company of the TV here be called Sheep, kind of funny. And I'm gonna say it, they nailed the design for Yu Narukami. He looks extra clean today. On top of that, just like some of these cutscenes because, man, I love what they did with showcasing like this initial demon. What? I have SMT in the mind. This initial shadow you fight. I like the UI, though I will say the little like images they use for your health bar here remind me of that one Freerun meme when someone's trying to draw them from like this perspective. But again, this is going to be a common thing with me. I love their use of color, and I just love the sense of scale here when it comes to showing just how big this shadow is and just seeing the detail in his mouth and the teeth and all that. I love it. Another thing for me is like, I love what they did with the Velvet Room, the Pimp Mobile. I love this thing. Igor looks clean. We barely get to see it, but Margaret looks good here as well. And I just love the lighting of the Velvet Room here. It looks so foggy outside of the window, but like with the light we have here as well, it just looks so good. I love, love, love their use of color throughout like all the Persona 4 Revival here. Summoning the shadow, we'll have to see the full scene, but I like what I saw so far. I like the UI here as well. Persona normally nails like menus and all that. I like what I see here as well. Now let's actually cover the VO work. This was my main thing that I was concerned about coming into Persona 4 Revival. I wasn't all that attached to Persona 3 before Reload came out, so, you know, changing the VO around didn't really bother me or perturb me that much. When it comes to Persona 4 Golden, I love that game so much, and I associate those characters a lot with the VO work, so the concept of like changing them out, I was kind of nervous. But after what I heard throughout this trailer, I like what I heard. I feel Teddy's just a little bit different in terms of the direction. I don't hate it though, but overall, I like all the voices I heard. I love Marie's voice. Nanako sounds like Nanako. They nailed Naoto's design, by the way. The PNG looks sick. I think a model looks really good as well. The new Rise voice understood the assignment. That is Rise to me. The only thing I'm a little bit unsure of is like maybe Kanji, just because we didn't have too much of him, but what I heard from him here, like right here specifically, I like what I heard. But like I talked about, Teddy's VO sounds very different to me. I don't hate the direction because I think the voice they're giving him lines up with like this facial expression he has on him right here. Kind of like reined in and toned down and almost a little bit monotone. You could argue a little bit devoid of emotion. Like maybe that's something they play with, is like when we get to Teddy's human form, he's way more expressive and all that. That's probably what they're going to go for there. I kind of like that direction personally. And unless I'm completely mishearing things, I think Yu Narukami has actual voiced lines in this trailer, like in the story itself. I am a fan of that because I'm also a fan of the Persona 4 anime, and I love Yu Narukami in that anime in particular. It's one of the reasons I love him as a character so much. He's just a fun guy to have around. I think he meshes with the party so well. And like this scene in particular, like they nailed the Shadow Chie scene. Like it's so good. It's creepy. I like the lighting here. The model there for Shadow Chie as well, with like the darkness under her eyes, and like this scene right here, which is like perfect thumbnail material. I love the VO work that's being done here. And Chie was one of the characters whose voice I was concerned about the most because I love Persona 4 Golden Chie's performance so much. And I still need to hear like, my trial of the dragon and all that. But what I heard in this trailer, I'm a fan of. I think they got the VO right for like the most part. It sounds good. I love how creepy the scene is as well. It just works. And I love, love, love the visual design of the dungeons we got going on here. I'll need to play it for myself, but like the main thing I was wanting out of a potential Persona 4 remake was revamped dungeon design, because that was the one weakness I really had with Persona 4 Golden, because I love that game so much. I just thought the dungeons felt a bit too repetitive. So if they could touch upon that in like a remake, I'd be a big fan of that. I don't think we saw enough to be able to make it any real determination about that, but I love the way the dungeons actually look. Again, their use of color and their use of lighting feels like a step above what they did and showed back in Persona 3 Reload. I am overall a big fan of what they're doing here. And the animations, like my god, like right there, going back to the dungeon design. Yeah, it looks like a Persona 4 dungeon, especially when you look at the mini-map, right? But visually, I love the chandeliers, I love the chains, I love the bird cages. Like this is clearly Yukiko's dungeon. And I love how it irradiates like that aura to it. It looks so clean. And I love the fog going into the distance. But then on top of all of that, we have like the actual animations and like this thing they're calling a series finale. Or is that Chie's move? It's been a while. But like these big animations they have here for like these finishes, they look so clean. I love these animations. The spectacle, just the scale of it. They look really cool. The camera work as well. The lighting here as well, like in particular, like my god. This one, by the way, oh yeah, I love Izanagi. It just looks so clean. Again, This image as well to reveal the release date, I love it as well. I know I sound like I'm glazing this game, but I'm really pleased with what I saw there. I'm just pleased across the board. Now let's get to Persona 6. Now, Persona 6 was rather interesting to me because it's such a tonal departure from what we've just had with Persona 4. And you could argue it's far more in line with Persona 3. Though there was a good chunk of this trailer throughout my reaction to it, I was starting to think maybe this wasn't Persona 6, but like SMT. And we have this like shot that takes up the bulk of the trailer where we're just like panning through this graveyard with like periodic jump cuts. We got the rain, a bunch of staticky sound effects. They're leaning into this horror-like atmosphere as well. And it's really hard to make out anything in particular. I tried to go through this entire teaser trailer like frame by frame on stream, and there were a few interesting things we can take note of later on in the trailer, but I couldn't really make out anything when it comes to like these tombstones. And it leads to this like shot where starting to pan the camera up and we see like these dead looking trees, almost like it's Halloween or something, like Halloween Town-esque vibes here. We're at the bottom of like this round area as well, and there's a statue that is illuminated by lightning, and we have this silhouette of what I believe is the MC to Persona 6. Like looking at this statue or looking down one of the tombstones. The statue itself here has no head. That's interesting as well. And now we see the silhouette of this character reaching his hand out like this. And then we get a bunch of different like cuts here that's really interesting. Again, I went through like this frame by frame on stream, but I'll focus on the important ones. In a few of these frames, we can make out this figure. I don't know who this character is, but he reminds me of Wolf from Persona 5 Strikers in a way. I don't think it is him, but like the hair reminds me of him. Then the really interesting bit is on certain frames, remember the boss fight to Yusuke's palace from Persona 5? We had the different like picture frames that had like eyes, nose, and a mouth. Reminds me a lot of that right here. And it's not just one frame we see of this, we get quite a few. Like this one right here as well, it's more of a close-up. His mouth looks so grimy, you can like see like something's coating his teeth in like the outer layers of his mouth as well. Really creepy stuff. I kind of like it. It's very dark and it's hard to make out any specific detail. You get this frame where this is either raindrops on some surface, or to me it looks more like blood drops. And then there's a bunch of different shots with a bunch of different letters here. I thought for a bit maybe it's just like trying to spell out Persona, but like we have W here. And then we have this other shot of a bunch of different arms and fingers pointing in a direction. But the interesting thing to me is that one of the arms is entirely red and has like this weird script on top of it with a bunch of like what looks like sixes. Like that's a 6 right there. This looks like a 6, but from behind on a way. You could argue maybe that looks like a 6 tilted over as well, but I don't think all of these are just 6, right? Like that looks like a B, and it definitely looks like the glyphs here on this dude's arm are supposed to mean something. We just, or at least I don't know what they're supposed to mean right now. And then we have the arms again, one being red and the other's like more white, pointing down in a specific direction. This almost looks like some kind of sidewalk and like some kind of drainage grate right here as well. The shot of the hands pointing to the right here again. We have an R and an A. We got a Y and like whatever these letters are supposed to be. And to me, it looks like these letters are on top of a chalkboard. Like they each have their own chalkboard. You can see like old chalk or like scratch marks upon the surface as well. It looks really cool to me. Then this frame looks really cool to me because I'm pretty sure it's related to the next frame where we see the butterfly. But on this still image, it almost looks like a head biting down on some kind of orb right here. But again, I think it's the butterfly wing. I just thought it looked really cool. You can see the butterfly right here and like trying to take off. Like almost like a spider web here if I can get back to the frame. Yeah, like right here, like a spider web almost. This one was interesting to me because it really does feel like a reference to Persona 4 with like the power cables and the power lines and all that. Especially this one over here looks very P4 to me. Then you have these like red lines that almost look like rolls of film coming together here as well. And then this one's really short, like a blink and you'll miss it. But this shot right here looks almost like someone's looking away from the camera and looking down here. Like you can see their head here. It's angled down and you can see their neck very clearly here. And like they're wearing some kind of shirt. But the funny thing is like this bit over here looks almost like an angel wing coming out of they're back. In a way, he kind of looks like Makoto from P3 to me. I'm not saying that he is, or that this is even what I'm describing. I'm just saying it kind of looks like that to me. Really interesting stuff. And then we get the logo for Persona 6, which looks like a lot like ectoplasmic goo, which I think when we read the description to Persona 6 is going to make a lot more sense. Let's head on over there now. So we go to the Xbox website, because we actually have a description to read. Shout out to Hydra in the Discord for cluing me into this. With over 30 million copies sold worldwide, that's crazy, the Persona series has defined a generation of RPG storytelling. Now, after years of anticipation, the next installment is finally revealed. Persona 6 brings everything beloved about the series into a bold new story. The signature blend of heartfelt daily life and pulse-pounding supernatural adventure returns, wrapped around a completely fresh, standalone story and new cast of characters. Whether you've been with the series since the beginning or this is your very first Persona experience, you belong here. Unleash your Persona, forge unbreakable bonds, awaken the power of Persona, a manifestation of your innermost self, and discover others who share this extraordinary ability. Every relationship you nurture makes you stronger, every bond you forge becomes a weapon against the darkness lurking within. Curious about that one. Live a double life in modern day Japan, not really telling us where in Japan this game is being set. Navigate the rhythms of everyday school life and build friendships, pursue romance, and cultivate memories that matter. But beneath the surface of familiar streets and quiet neighborhoods lies something darker. Strange rumors, unsettling urban legends, and occult incidents that only you and your closest allies can face. Going against occult legends, or what they call incidents, to me kind of feels like Dan to Dan, but like all the right ways. Like, this is a really interesting premise, like going against supernatural entities with a Persona twist. Yes, give me that. And then this next bit is basically just them going, hey, you don't have to play Persona 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or like anything else to understand this game. If you're a new player to Persona, feel free to come on in. That's basically what they're just saying here. Yeah, this game is definitely far out. They're almost certainly going to devote most of their marketing for right now to Persona 4 Revival, but it's really just cool to finally have confirmation about Persona 6. Like, it was inevitable, right? But tone-wise, premise-wise, from that description, it sounds really dang cool. Seems like it's going to be possibly a far darker entry that we've seen in quite a while from Persona. I'm looking forward to that. So here's where you come in. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts, your opinions on what we saw here with Persona. Do you like Revival? Do you like what Persona 6 is shaping up to be? What do you hope to see out of these games? I would love to hear your thoughts, hear your opinions, and hear your perspectives. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you want to see my reaction to the full Xbox game showcase, which was really good, by the way, Persona was just the tip of the iceberg, you should check out this video right here for more. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. And there's plenty of Persona stuff coming down the pipe. Man, I'm looking forward to Revival. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet again.